Hello and welcome. Regular readable name. Followed me 5 days ago. Thank you. I didn't get that. I don't think I did. Well, we're back to Dark Souls 2. New game +7. Right now playing with the mundane build. A very, how should I say, a rare build. Most people don't use it. I myself never used it before, so this is going to be a learning experience. And I think that's always fun. And basically I'm going to stream for about an hour, and then I'm going to go and do more videos for Imperator Rome. Because if you have followed, I've been steadily uploading videos throughout the whole week. And it's going to be one video per day, and basically now I need to record more videos. Or I'm going to run out of them. Begin journey. Wait a second. Do we have everything we will need? Let's not rush this. Do I have everything? Yep. This is all bought. All right. Okay. Well, let's do this. Begin journey. Yes. So new game +3. What do I expect? The harder enemies. $400 damage is not bad, I must admit. Okay, the fact that the owl did the hawk did so much damage is surprising. Actually, might be my armor set, which sucks. How much poise do I have even? 41. Oh! Right, forgot about you. Oh, I didn't buy more life. I do have 40 adaptability, right? Everything is at 40, yes. So why do I suck at dodging all of a sudden? You know, it's the same problem every Souls player has when they don't play a lot of Souls. They get rusty. Especially if it's Dark Souls 2. Dark Souls 2 rust is real. Alright, and coke ain't gonna help you with. Also, maybe I need some stamina recovery shield, not parry shield. Might be, and that's a fair point. So let's do this. There we go. Now, true challenge. Let's see how we do against the hippo. If we do good, then we're on the right track of success. If we suck, well, Okay, well, the weapon takes a lot of time to restore, or to recover, I should say, and that's bad. Yeah, the weapon takes a lot of time to recover. Might be just because it's a one-hand. Might be because I'm two-handing. Let's see if it's a one-handed. No, it's not. It's actually equally bad. Oh, I don't like that. I don't like the recovery is so bad, but oh well. 365 damage is actually not bad. I can do 365 damage. That's pretty okay. Is it anything spectacular? Not really. It is a hippo, so don't be too hard on the hippo. Maybe I should use better armor. Yeah, but no. I want to use the bony set. So yeah. Oh, yep. All right. And if you're wondering, why does it say begin journey 4 and here it's counted as new game +3? Because the game calculates the first journey as journey 1 and so forth. Oh! Good. Didn't die. Could have died. Didn't die. Good. Oh, well, let's see how this one's gonna go. Come on, dude. Be a friend and help me. Please. Nope, alright, fine. I mean, what do I do? What do I do? He doesn't want to help me. Also, change of plans. There we go. I want that critical chance. You know, it surprises you. At times, surprises you. I mean, yes, the critical of this weapon is only 100%. 110. Oh. Oh. Of course, it calculates the backstab damage, not the frontal one. Sorry about the yawns. I came very late. Home. I missed the first bus. Oh wait, no. Let me rephrase this. The first bus that goes to my first station didn't actually go. They didn't. For some reason, they decided not to send it. The second one, 10 minutes later, came. I got on the bus. I missed the bus that goes from my first stop to the second. Then I had to wait for an hour for the next one. So I came home around 8:30, 8:40. Dead tired, hungry, wanting to eat. But I did say to myself, you know what? Because I'm probably not gonna stream tomorrow night. I'm definitely not going to stream. I'm gonna be uploading videos, of course. Actually, I'm gonna be uploading videos all day tomorrow. And they're all gonna be private, so expect a gigantic backlog. Like, just expect backlogs on backlogs on backlogs, because they are already. Like, I think I'm missing 7. There's 7 episodes for the Let's Play already, you know, in backlogs. So yeah, do expect that, just because of college. And of course, maintenance speed, why they're like 20 minutes long. I explained it before, and I will forever, until it changed, I'll forever apologize for the internet speed and for the quality of things on the stream it is. In Let's Play, I improved it drastically. There are some things that just can be improved. I'm talking about the menus, because the encoder handbrake that I'm using just fucks up the menu, but the raw footage, that's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to 7 gigabytes big, depends on, of course, the detail, and I think now I managed to squeeze it down to 2 gigabytes. It's just too much. It just takes too long to upload. And with handbrake, I basically, sometimes it's 50% off, you know, it's 50% faster, sometimes it's 70. So it's just too good. And if everything stays good, you know, everything looks nice, except the menus kind of popping out from time to time, I can accept that. Otherwise, I won't be able to upload as many videos as I could, and I couldn't future-proof as I could. Especially now when the finals week is coming out. Well, finals month actually. I have 3 weeks of finals in June, and I'm not gonna be able to let's play at all. So I need to upload more and more videos, so that I have them, you know, on the backlog for when the time comes, and I'm not gonna be able to. That was the critical. That's 600 damage. So when I couldn't be able to, won't be able to make videos, that I have them there. What's my strong attack? Oh. It's actually not a good one. I thought it was a thrust attack for some reason. I mean, it will make sense. We have a thrust. We have a sharp tip or a centered tip. So logic would dictate that, yeah, we would have a good tip. But no, we don't have a good tip. They don't give us good tips. Actually, it's kind of interesting that. It's actually fascinating to see how much cultures are different throughout the world, and because of the internet we can see it more than ever. For example, in America, tipping is actually a must-have, or it's a must-do, because people think, like, you know, waiters don't get much money, don't get paid a lot, so might as, you know, we have to tip them so we can balance out the pay, and people feel like it's their responsibility to balance out the pay instead of the guy who actually hires them to offer them bigger pay. While here, we don't do tips. Well, what the? Already? What the? Oh, you shit! Oh, you shit! Don't tell me that with mundane the quality or the endurance of the weapon actually breaks. But yeah, we don't actually have tipping here. What we do have sometimes, it's basically goodwill, where we do decide, but it's not like some 10%, 20%, you know, some kind of cultural law. No, it's just like, you know, here's something, just to show up my gratitude that you did a good service. That's about it. Now, of course, depends on how generous you are. You can give 30%, of course, but usually you won't. It's just good service. You're rewarding good service. But then again, no matter how good the service is, we still have crappier pay than in the US. Yeah. It is fascinating when you think about it. The difference in cultures. Difference of mentality too. Oh no, people have different mentality too. So we all have the same problems, which is weird. What I mean by that, the number one problem for every single country is economy. No matter how successful you are or how broke you are as a country, everybody has economic problems. Because simply, every country has poor people, every country has rich people, and everybody, well, I think it's kind of stupid to say now that every country has a middle class, because we have to accept it. Serbia almost definitely doesn't have a middle class. We lost that at the fall of Yugoslavia, so we do not have a middle class. Which is unfortunate. It's unfortunate. Oh well. There's also, you know, the gigantic talks of the 2020 elections about America also losing its middle class and, you know, all that happening. Which, again, I think I talked about this before, but I never understood the mentality of it's a good thing to not have a middle class. That's not a good thing, that's a harmful thing. Poor people, you know, companies making products, poor people ain't gonna buy them, because poor people don't care about, you know, luxury. Primary goal of a person who is, you know, living from paycheck to paycheck is to survive, not to have luxury. Middle class kind of can balance that out and have some luxury, but at the same time survive. So it's like, it should be in everybody's interest to cultivate the middle class, not actually give, you know, give people tax cuts. It doesn't work like that. You know, and I think this is for every country who kind of thinks that logic functions. You know, people who are millionaires and, you know, very rich people, they're greedy, they're selfish, they're not there to give jobs for high pay. No, they wouldn't be billionaires and millionaires if they did that. No, you have to tax them high, because otherwise you're not gonna get rid of them. You know, you're not gonna fucking, you know, give their money away. And they have to question it. Well, at what point do you need that billions? You can buy anything you want. What's the point? Isn't it better to just, as a maker who makes, for example, Apple makes $1,000 phones. Isn't it better for there to be more people who can buy the $1,000 phone than have less people who can do that? I mean, it's kind of like, you know, logic is you better, you know, it's better to have more people who can afford your product than have less of them, but be like, oh, but I'm richer than you. So, I mean, you do realize once the population dies out and can no longer afford your product, you're gonna be poor too, because you can't, you know, there's no one that can buy your product. Two things can happen. One, your product becomes dirt cheap, because then, you know, you're gonna again lose money, or you're gonna fucking realize that, yeah, you should kind of like try to have more middle class people that can actually afford it. But at some point it's too late. At some point the dial has been too far turned that no matter how much you try to cultivate it, it will never work because there's just, you know, not enough jobs, or people just don't want to, are too ingrained in the mentality that getting people, you know, the government giving people help is wrong. Which I think is one thing every country took from socialism as a good thing. The government's job should be to take care of the people, first and foremost. I mean, what's the government without the people? What's the point of you being president if nobody wants to follow you? There's no power in that. As a government, you do need the people to follow you. Otherwise, your power is mute. Of course, that depends. If you're a dictatorship, then it means you have the power of the military. But then again, that's the people. You're still paying favors to someone. You know, nobody has the ultimate power. For that, you need decades worth of brainwashing and new generations of young people brainwashed to believing that you are the only one, and you know, them going into the whole propaganda system, and you trying to cultivate people that you no longer need to be paying favors to anyone but have the ultimate power. But nobody lives that long to be able to reap the rewards of that mentality. You can argue China kind of succeeded, but I don't think so. China adapted. The one thing the Chinese government did, which is admirable, is adapt. They truly did adapt to the environment, to the fall of, you know, like the biggest ally that they had was the Soviet Union. So they definitely adapted to being more open to capitalism, but still strict to the control of the trade and control of production. Which I don't think anything's wrong with that. I mean, there needs to be some kind of control. I have nothing against capitalism, but rampant capitalism is one of the most destructive things to humans ever to be thought out. Like, come on. Actually, I'm an idiot. Not for saying that capitalism should be controlled. It should be. Capitalism should be on the fucking locks, never to be left alone. But oh, majestic! A hunter is a hunter, even in a dream. That's fine, because I'm going to be using the crystal sword for boss battles. And if I'm correct, I'm going to have a good time. Let's see if I'm correct. Ooh, majestic! A hunter is a hunter, even in a dream. This is now powerful. Now we have some semblance of power. What am I trying to do? Let's go get the soul vessel. So yeah, I am a favor of controlled markets because, first of all, the government should dictate the prices of some items in the country. Basic, you know, the first thing comes to mind is fucking bread, milk, you know, basic necessities for life, and drugs, you know, pharmaceutical items. That should be controlled, heavily controlled. Like we're talking, you know, controlled beyond belief, because the threats of rampant capitalism in that area are evident. And if you're wondering, well, what's my proof? Look at America. That's it. Look at their system of pharmacy, and just hope you never have to be sick in America, otherwise you're bankrupt immediately. So yeah. And to be fair, we're nothing special too. We just, you know, we do have free drugs. We do get subsidized antibiotics. We do get most common things for free. There are some pills that you have to buy, but they're just because they're, you know, and they're very cheap. They're nothing special. Like some specialized antibiotics go for like, you know, €7 or something like that. Unfortunately, our country is poor. Many people do not have that much big wages, so even that is kind of a lot. But the rest of the world, they're cheap. It's nothing special, especially if it's gonna help you. Now, of course, we don't have that much specialized medicine, unfortunately, and that's why most people here do have to go outside to seek medical attention if it comes to cancer or from eye surgery or from stuff like that. It's just because we're just a poor country. Unfortunate, but it is what it is. Oh, come on! That should have broke. I'm gonna stop. And if you're wondering why did I bring this talk up about the whole spending and all that, I saw a video on YouTube about a company asking for $2 million for pills that can cure a rare disease from infants, and it just shows more proof that capitalism might not be as great as it is. Because, well, rampant capitalism. Controlled capitalism I can kind of support. Even though it does make modern workforce a fucking joke. And people and workers have less and less rights unless it's, again, controlled. And this is even more that people need to understand. Communism and all that shit is an answer to rampant capitalism. It's not just, no matter how much some communists think, it's not natural progress. No. It's actually a reaction to rampant capitalism. Because people are just sick and tired of being misused. Working 12 hours a day for shit pay. Then then capitalists wonder, how did it happen? Why? It's such a great system. Yeah, well, when you exploit people, it's not a fucking great system now, is it? It's actually quite a shitty system. So yeah. But yeah, I was appalled when I heard that. And the worst thing is, people are gonna pay. Oh, let me reiterate it. Parents are gonna pay because no parent wants to see their child die. No parent. And guess what? The companies know that, and that's why I think the child, going into the child selling business, child product business is one of the dirtiest shits ever, because everything is like 5 times more expensive, from clothes to toys to medicine. And just because everybody knows, or at least the companies know, that parents are gonna pay. Like, the child sees a toy, they're gonna pay. Oh, they're gonna fucking pay. That toy that's very small. And guess what? €20. Is it too much? Fuck yes it is. Are they gonna still pay for it? Yup. Because they have to. After all, their precious child wants it. That's just so fucking good. I hate it. I hate it so much. It's exploitation at this point. And it is exploitation. I don't think people can deny it. It's like, no, it's fair. What the fuck is fair if the toy is like, what, 10 centimeters big and it costs €20? That's like $25 or something like that. Yeah, like that. No! It's horrible. It's plastic. It's plastic. That you demand €25 from. You might be saying, well, what about video games? There's €60. Yeah, that's the problem with capitalism too. It's also a problem that people were ready to accept the lie that game development requires a lot more money when it doesn't. When you see high prices of development and shit like that, like for example, the $500 million deal that they had, Activision and Bungie. No, it's more marketing than development. Simple as that. And developers get paid before the fucking sale. So the whole aspect of it's for better paid developers and all shit. No, the only aspect where that is true is indie development. That is 100% true, because usually the guy who makes who publishes the game, who is the owner of the studio and all that is also the guy who develops the game. Or girl, doesn't matter at this point. So, yeah, that's where the whole I can accept a high price for indie games that are good, because I understand that it all goes to one person. But AAA games being 60 euros is just too much, and we accepted it. I mean, I don't appreciate like it because it's not easy to get 60 euros here, but I don't like it. It's stupid. It's predatory, and of course, I'm not gonna talk about the whole microtransactions thing at this point, because guess what? It also became the norm. DLC, day 1, day 2, day 5, a week DLC, a season passes, it all became part of the deal, and people accepted it for a simple reason of, oh well, it's just part of the deal, You buy a half-baked game and wait for the DLC. Make the game better, or it could be more stupid. Now, that's a critic that they give to Paradox, which I do agree. Kind of is ridiculous. Especially now with Imperator Rome, maybe people saying it's going to be a DLC Fiesta, which I agree. There's going to be a lot of DLCs, especially for the Greek states. Oh, yeah. New ideas, fuck yes too. Like, there's going to be individual Macedonian, Spartan, Athenian, all of that shit. There's not going to be Latin, the culture. No, it's all going to be special ideas they got. If they're smart, if they continue by cultural ideas, they're idiots. Because there's so much broad. They should concentrate on individual national ideas. That's where the money is, and I will actually pay for that kind of shit. And I'm part of the problem, and I'm kind of mad there's no fucking Sparta individual troops and ideas. Like, what the fuck? How do you do Sparta like that? One of the most iconic fucking nations of ancient history. In fact, it's the most iconic. Some people might argue it's more iconic than Rome. No. Rome is number 1. Like, let's not fuck around here. Rome is number 1. Macedon is number 5. Number 2 is Sparta. Who is number 3 then? Athens. Because usually politicians try to bring in Athens about, oh, it's the cradle of civilization. It's the modern Western states are based on Athens, even though Athens was nothing like democracy today. But it's based on the Athens system and all that shit. But yeah. You can more say the Western civilization is more based on the Roman system, and, or more precise on the Charlemagne system once he came, the Franks came into power. I mean, that's the reason why he's called the father of Europe, because feudalism comes from him, or at least he made it more mainstream, should we say. And what I mean by that is, when you have a lot of land, it kind of becomes hard to control, so you divide it, and everybody pays tribute to the top guy for more land. It's basically how feudalism works. Feudalism destroys countries. Like, let's just be honest here. Feudalism destroys countries. Why? Well, because anyone can be a duchy, can be a duke of one land. I mean, look at William the Conqueror. He was a Duke of France, more precisely Duke of Normandy, which is in France, but at the same time King of England. And then it becomes a question of, well, whose territory is Normandy then? England's or France's? Well, it became England, even though France had the full right to Normandy, because it was their duchy. And it's like, well, because feudalism is a beautiful thing. It's just a beautiful thing that it went to England, and England had a foothold in Europe. And that's just funny. That's how, basically 100 Years' War started. Well, it's not because of that, but England married then the Duchess of Aquitaine, and again divided the empire, the Kingdom of France even more, and the 100 Years' War started because France didn't want to have its territory under England, because England then had a claim on the French crown. The French nobles didn't want to do that shit because fuck the English. the English said, well, fuck the French, and let's have a war about it, and yeah, the first long conflict started in Europe, which defined Europe for like 100 years. And after that, we have the partition. Sure, why not? There's dual monarchies: Poland, Lithuania, Austria, Hungary. Then we have the whole shit show that is the Holy Roman Empire. Which do I have to say? I have to say it. Everybody has to say it when they talk about the Holy Roman Empire. Voltaire said it's not Holland, it's not Roman, and it's not an empire. It's not holy, it's not Roman, it's not an empire. So what the fuck is it? It's a collection of smaller states, all with feudal lords that want to say, hey, kind of want to have a stake in you know what part I control of a city. And of course, then we have the Bavarians, who are a big part of the German nations. We have the Prussians. We have Bohemia, but Bohemia is Czech, which is Slavic, but somehow it's a fucking shit show. And we all have to thank Napoleon for uniting the Germans. We have to accept it. Napoleon united the Germans. Because after Napoleon conquered all of Europe, which again, I reiterate, it should be called Napoleon the Great. He should be called Napoleon the Great. Because if the criteria for the Great is conquering a vast swath of land, Napoleon deserves to be the greatest military leader to be ever lived. The man conquered all of Europe, which was way more advanced than Persia at the time of Alexander. Everyone was equal field, and Napoleon's tactics won. Now, of course, he made the catastrophic mistake of invading Russia. But let's be fair, no one survives Russia. You might be saying, well, Mongols did. Mongols collapsed after reaching Russia. Just saying. So, nobody survives Russia. It's a good meme. What I'm trying to say is Napoleon deserves the title of Great. And it's kind of funny that in my country, actually, really funny, when I was younger, there was because Christianity here is very prominent and it's very mixed with our culture, which is very, very stupid. But that's what happens when you're 530 years under the Turks. You kind of have to get one thing that unites you all, and in this case, the Serbs united religion. So, yeah. Basically speaking, Napoleon was kind of considered an antichrist. And I'm like, and because I was a kid, it was fucking 7 or 8 years old, I was like, alright. I mean, at that point I was still religious. So like, I can buy that. Why? He conquered all of Europe. Sure. Makes sense. Again, 16 was kind of my turning point of my look on the world, and I was like, what the fuck we talk about here? Napoleon did amazing things for the whole world. He was no evil person. He was fucking best thing to happen to Europe. The metric system happened because of Napoleon. We should all be praising him. But because of the English, everybody thinks Napoleon was a bad guy. Fuck that shit. Napoleon was amazing. He deserves the title of Great, and he should be one of the top 10 military leaders to ever exist, and he probably is. He should be bigger than Alexander. There, I said it. The fuck did Alexander do? Oh, he fucking conquered Persia. Great job. Conquer all of Europe when they're all on equal standards like you. Huh. Let me not talk about some shit. And before anybody says, well, he never lost the battle. He was too young to lose. Damn, he was 32. The fuck we talk about here? Oh, just know. Caesar was better than Alexander. I mean, again, I think I talked about this on the Let's Play, but I'm gonna talk about it here. There is no bigger honor than having your name become a title. Fuck the great, the title of great. Fuck that shit. When your name becomes a title itself, that is the most prestigious and highest honor any person in history can have, and only Caesar has that honor, of having his own name being so fucking big that it became a title. It became a title used in Rome, used in the Eastern Roman Empire, used in Russia, used in Serbia, used in Bulgaria, used in Germany. Just no. Even the Ottomans used the fucking name. Like, get the fuck out of here. Caesar, number one, probably the greatest ruler to ever live in human history. Just because of that fact, that his name became such a big thing in world history. Deservedly so. The man fucking... It's ironic. Again, I watched some documentaries and it's so fucking ironic that Congress thought that killing Caesar would restore the Republic when his death actually ruined it. Or actually kind of nailed in the last nail to the coffin. It's just so fucking funny. The man pardoned so many of his enemies in the Civil War, and they still backstab. That's just fucked up. And it's, you know, it's an interesting fact that in Dante's Inferno, which is a great book, even though I'm not, you know, again, I don't believe in that kind of shit, but it's a great book, and it, you know, it shows Brutus and Cicero, I think, at the last parts of hell, in the ninth circle of hell, being, you know, tortured forever because they betrayed that big of why am I not using my sorcery? Betrayed Caesar's clemency. Which I'm gonna be honest, if I was Caesar I would kill them all. But I understand why he did it. He needed to restore the Republic. In the end, the Romans still believed in the sanctity of the Republic. There's nothing wrong with that. In the end, you have to believe in something. And, you know, the gods are one thing, but they can't help you in everyday business. The Republic can, so you have to believe in it. But yeah, it's just funny how it all happened. But you might question, well, what happened to Rome? You know, what happened to Rome? Well, that comes speculation. We all know Caesar, you know, got killed. He named Octavian as his heir and his user of his name, which Octavian did, used as a title even, more as a name, but he did adopt the name, of course. Because who wouldn't adopt Caesar's name? Come on. No, fuck that shit. Take the name immediately. He took the name and all that, became Gaius Octavian Caesar, and he was called that throughout history. Just that the historians are lazy, didn't want to be like, you know, let's not confuse the Caesars, let's call him Augustus because the Senate gave him that title. That was a title, by the way. It's not his name, it's a title. What the fuck was that? Looked like a ripped screen. No, so, you know, he throughout his life he was called Octavian, Gaius Octavian Caesar, which is pretty funny. You know. Yeah, who knows what would happen if Caesar stayed alive? He will be dictator for life, of course. Of course he would. I mean, come on. He was not that dumb to give up that power. He would keep it. But he would still keep the sanctity of the Republic too. He would keep at least the lie of a Republic alive. The idea, the spirit. If nothing else, the spirit would have survived. Which is honorable. Like, let's not kid ourselves. It's very honorable to keep, you know, a spirit of a government alive, even though the government has no fucking power. And who knows, maybe Octavian would have not destroyed the Republic. Maybe it would have stayed a Republic after him. Maybe not. Again, it all depends, you know, it's all because fucking Cicero was an idiot, and, you know. Oh, shit. Cicero being an idiot and decided to, oh, the Republic, we will be seen as liberators, even though the whole fucking empire loves Caesar. Sorry, Republic loves Caesar. We will be seen as liberators. What the fuck is wrong with you? That's such an epic fail of reading the room. Like, it's unrivaled in history, I think. I don't think anyone failed that hard to read the room as Cicero. And Brutus, of course. It's just insanity. But then again, I really like Octavian too, so, or I should say, Gaius Octavian. So I don't mind the fact that he inherited the Empire. The Republic, shit. I'm trying to be a little bit, honorable here and call it as it is, a Republic still, but at that time. And it is an interesting thought that how would the Empire survive? They could have implemented the problems with communication. They could have implemented the Mongol system, which at that point wasn't actually invented, but they could have created, stop stations where the riders would interchange and new forces were shown, badges where people, they were messengers and could not be touched, Wow. Ah, shit. Wait a minute, shouldn't I just go to the other side? No, that would be too much trouble. I think I should just run past them. It's not smart. Don't get me wrong, it's smart. I need to somehow deal with them. What else is there? Yeah, maybe they could have used that system as a messenger, because it worked. It works for the Mongols. I don't know why it wouldn't work for the Romans. And yeah, the whole problem of it, seeing everyone is different but themselves, and the Roman citizen being more important than anyone else. That could have been reworked a little bit, and included maybe more people than it did. What am I doing here? This is a recipe for death, by the way. This is not good, I'm doing. Of course he has more poison than I do. I don't know how we're gonna get out of this trouble. We have to kill every single one of them. But that red phantom is the problem here. I have to kill him. It will just make this journey even longer, which I don't want to have it that long. Let's take it there and then let's try it. Maybe it's better. Maybe it's better. So yeah, I do think they could have survived. They could have not need to be any kind of divide of the empire. But we have to accept one thing. They need to be like a couple of decades, a couple of centuries worth of this is why you don't want to do it here. This is why. We have to do like this. Shit. There needed to be a couple of centuries of successful succession before, the empire would have been completely stable. And unfortunately, that didn't happen because right after Augustus Caesar died, a tyrant, a horrible leader for Rome was chosen. And after him came, what was his name? The guy that elected, that chose his horse as a senator and all that. I can't remember. Then after him came Nero. So yeah, not a lot of good emperors after Octavian. Now, if Octavian kind of, did good, which he did. The problem was, apparently his wife maybe assassinated all of his children, which is weird as fuck. But yeah. So yeah, he had no emperor. He probably had a good, heir, but he died, and then his second died, and then his third died, and then the poor woman was like, well, I hope this motherfucker doesn't die. And he didn't, but he turned out to be a horrible emperor. Horrible. And got assassinated. and like couple of like, what was it? 13 emperors got assassinated before a good one came up again. So yeah, it's unfortunate really that the Roman Empire could have actually survived much. Can you imagine the modern world that the Roman Empire in? Well, first of all, who knows where I would be? I would probably be in a territory that replaced Poland or Russia, because that's where the Slavic people came from, and we migrated to the west, the south, and of course the east. So, who the fuck knows where I would be right now? Maybe in modern Baltic states. I don't think so. Baltic states were never part of the Slavic group. Although Russia did conquer it, we were never, you know, they were always separated. So yeah, probably today's Poland or Belarus or Belarus, depends on how you want to call them. Or Ukraine. Actually, not Ukraine. Funny enough, not Ukraine. Even though Ukraine is also, you know, South Slavic. Sorry, East Slavic. Not today's land. That was when the Slavs migrated. It was actually populated by nomadic people. They're not actually part of us. Although Kiev later on became very prominent Eastern Slavic city, and a very important Russian city. It became a city of power for all Russian people in the east. Well, you guess what I'm trying to say, South Slavic people. It was all basically the same. I mean, for fuck's sake, the country itself was called Kievan Rus. So yeah, trust me, it's the fucking same. They're all considered themselves Russian. But later on aspect, they kind of decided to divide. Which is so fucked up. Like, how do a country's people that were together for hundreds and hundreds of years all of a sudden divide? It's really insane how it happens. The same happens without. It seems like all Slavic people kind of just divided themselves between nations, which is fucked up. Same thing happened here. Throughout history, if you look at it, Montenegro and Serbia were kind of the same people. Then all of a sudden, I think after the invasion of the Turks, we kind of separated. Because Montenegro was actually never invaded by the Turks, primarily because they had nothing to tax, which is really funny when you think about it. But then when you look at the geography of Montenegro, you kind of realize that it's all plain, all mountains. There's no fertile land. It's kind of like the Turks were like, you know what? Accept our rule and we will leave you alone. Pay us tribute in trade. And like, you know, it's gonna be there. And yeah, that's basically it. There's not much land to be owned at that time, but they still got divided. The same thing can be said for Bulgaria and Macedonia, or northern Macedonia, how it's called right now. I think it's officially called Northern Macedonia, or maybe it's still the former Yugoslavic Republic of Macedonia. I don't know. I don't know what happened with that resolution to change the name. But point is that Macedonia and Bulgaria were one time very much connected. Then we kind of took control of it in the 14th century, then in the 20th century, but then we lost it in the First World War, and then we got it back. Then we lost it in the Second World War. Then we got it back, and then we lost it in the Civil War, Yugoslavic Civil War, or War of Independence. Depends on how you want to look at it. If you're looking straight to the Yugoslavian state, it was a civil war. If you look at individual republics, it was the Macedonian, independence. I don't think there was any fighting. Might have been. If it was, then it was war. If it wasn't, then it was peaceful. Peaceful exodus, which would happen in Slovenia. They peacefully, peaceful. There was no fighting. They gained their independence. It's so fucked up, honestly, what happened with the whole Yugoslavia. Really fucked up. Just because of one great man died, everything fell to shit. Too bad. And some people feel comfortable today saying that Tito wasn't a great man. He was. He very much was. I mean, for fuck's sake, the whole country was united under him. And nobody had any kind of trouble. People long for those days now. Totally good days. But oh well. After him, there was no strong leader to inherit. And they all fell off. And if you're wondering if I'm spitting some bullshit, when Tito died, it was the biggest state funeral in history. You know, people from all over the world came to pay their respect. Representatives all over the world came to pay respect. So, yeah, I'm not spitting bullshit. It was a gigantic fucking funeral, and it was a sad day for us to lose someone like that. But oh well, we did, and here we are, divided. Oh, damn it! Some people say there's no point in dwelling on the past, but you do need to know the past to understand why the Balkans are like they are today. It's a shit show of war, of taking land, and of people wanting to go back to their homelands, and it's a shit show. Shit show that Yugoslavia kind of fixed, but not enough. Unfortunately, not enough. And unfortunately, religion plays also a big part here, which is kind of ridiculous, honestly. When the whole of Europe is moving away from religion, we're kind of sticking it in. What the fuck is happening? Why? It's not helping us. It's not helping us make any friends. It's not progressing the nation. Yeah, we're still might be the fear of extinction, as you can see in the fact that we are a very small population of people, and unfortunately not a lot of people, we have a negative mortality rate. More people are dying than being born. Kind of maybe shows a problem of just attempting survival of the culture, at least if not the people. But I don't know. It is sad. Interesting thing is, all the Balkan countries are experiencing a sharp decline in population. I mean, if I remember correctly, Bulgaria has 4.5 million people. That's small. It's too small. And Bulgaria isn't small as a country. I think it's 4. Might be even 5. I have to check it. I'm gonna look it actually, because I don't want to say anything wrong. It is sad. And Serbia only has like 7.7 or 7.5 or something like that. Let me check. I think Croatia is like what, 6 point something? Or also 5 point something, I don't know. Let me see. Okay, I'm happy that it's not that drastic. I'm happy, it's 7 million. I'm happy. I'm quite happy that it's not how much I've said, because it will be very, very horrible if it was 4 million. That is sad as fuck. But unfortunately, we have less population. We have 7.2 million, 7.02, while Bulgaria has 7.1. Oh, okay, this is sad now. This is sad. Croatia is only 4.1 million, so I kind of mixed up Croatia and Bulgaria there. that is sad, unfortunately, that we're dying out. As people, as South Slavs, we're dying out. That's unfortunate. But there's nothing much we can do. There's been a war on this fucking part of the continent for almost every century. Not kidding. This part of the fucking continent was under every single great conflict in the world and in Europe. It's ridiculous. No wonder we died out, or we're dying out. Oh well. Maybe someday we will unite again. Probably not. There's too much bad blood at this point. It will take a lot of effort from all the sides to create a united country under all South Slavs. It will take a lot of effort. Just like with the Eastern and with Western Slavs. It's just too much cultural difference and too much bad blood. But it's still the interesting fact that we can all kind of understand each other. The language is almost similar in every single country. It's ridiculous. Which is also cool that we do have that kind of unity, even though we're not that united. We still have that kind of unity where we kind of understand each other. At least language-wise. Oh well. It's also sad. Although, if we're gonna go by population, then we should not be worried if we're gonna talk about Slavic people in general, because Russia is covered, and Ukraine. Them together, it's like 200 million people, so we got it covered. But you know, subgroups of the population or of the culture, it's not the West though. The West, like what? We have Poland and Czech. Czech not so much, but Poland yes. This guy is such a fucking nightmare. I hate him so much. And apparently I don't have the stamina to... Where's the dragon shrine? Where's the dragon? Oh, there it is. Yeah, that's how it is. And I'm gonna stop talking about geopolitics and population politics, because we're basically done. We're gonna kill Dragon Slayer and be done with the... By the way, this is why the Prone Defender's shield is so good. So much stability. So much stability. For medium shield, it's insane. I don't know how much stability the King's shield or Rule's shield it has. I'm gonna check it out actually. Huh? I don't have the Rule's shield? Really? I'm gonna have to check the box. Cause I thought I had the shield. What the fuck? What the? So many gigantic hitboxes, it's ridiculous. Oh yeah, right. Oh. Oh, there we go. Yes, we're gonna do it the slow way. Very big poison. Very big. There we go. And now we can speedrun this area, which I will. Sorry, not sorry. I'm not fucking around with this area anymore. It's so annoying with all the enemies. Makes me want to go and kill Dragon Rider first next time, and then deal with. Try actually be attacked. Just deal with Dragon Rider. Wait. Look at that stability! Gigantic! Yeah! The stability is ridiculous. That was weird. I'm not even sure. You want to be stuck in one animation. I'm not gonna stop you. Wow. He seriously was stuck in one animation. Now, which one has the 5? It's this one. Alright. Oh, need to buy more repair. Yeah. More repair power. I don't have enough repair power. Shit. I need to improvise with these fights. Or more precisely, I'm going to switch up rings time to time. Yeah! Good damage, baby! Good damage! Yeah. We gonna react. I'm going to miss. The second time! Baby girl saying so. 2 misses. Now that just hurts. I mean, I don't know why you want to destroy that pillar and do anything to it, but sure. Yeah, this fight is going amazing. Like, actually surprised. The fight is going great. And the sorcery is lasting. Oh, the sorcery is lasting a long time. Which I'm loving. I'm done. Alright, GG. Pretty good. Let's go check out and see if I actually do have ended right on time. That's a weird bug. We're gonna need that ring. When we're not fighting bosses, we're gonna need that ring. Now, let me see if I have the king's shield. Which, as you might imagine, I should have. I never, wow. Wow. I'm an idiot. Wow. I never got the ruler shield. Well, it's fine. I'm gonna get that shield. Start that. Yeah. Alright. Well, I hope you enjoyed the stream. Oh, I hope you enjoyed the stream. Goodbye.